All right, we're live. And I'm going to try something new here, folks. Instead of playing some music while I let people become aware of the fact that I'm live, I'm going to play a little Beat 'em and Eat 'em. Because, it's such a fantastic game. And we're gonna just play a little game while we're waiting on people to notice we're live. All right. Ah. There we go. So a little easier with the mouse. Forney in the chat says, "You sick fuck." Hey, this is the best game ever. All right. Waiting on people to come before we start the show proper. This game is so fucked up. Oh shit, it's fast now. Oh, okay. God, I hate playing with a mouse. So fast now. No, god damn it. I can't. I think I got one life left. That's what happens when you lose, apparently. Waiting for people to come. That'll be a long wait. I don't know. This guy seems to be enjoying it. This guy who seems to be mostly dick. I don't know what this man's proportions are. He looks to be just like just a dick and hands and a head. Uh, this game is so fucked up. Oh. Ah. Well. Boom. I think we'll stop that. All right. Well, that was a little bit of time over to let people realize we're live. So we'll take the starting soon now, and I guess we'll start proper now. Now that a few viewers have wandered in. So a few things I want to talk about tonight. We're probably going to talk about the Copa stuff a little bit. Because more creators are panicking about this, and rightfully so. Arlo put out a video today. The little blue puppet guy that reviews mostly Nintendo games. Like, he is fucked when Koba hits, and he knows it. Like, he is fucked. He is royally fucked. If this is at all what it looks like, yeah, he's fucked. But something else I wanted to talk about. Because I was thinking some more about the James McDonald stuff while I was at the box factory today. Making them boxes for everybody. I kept saying, like, how did people not know what he was? How did people not see through him? And what kind of dawned on me today is, like, they did know. And I don't mean they knew that, he was Like, I think the put child porn on someone's computer thing, I think that surprised everybody. That surprised even me, and I hated the motherfucker. Even I was like, holy, I didn't, even I was surprised at you there, James. But no, everybody knew what he was. Everybody knew exactly what was up with that guy. He was an authoritarian, legalistic, fucking bully. And I sit here, for so long and wondered, how did nobody else see that? No, everybody else did. And that's what they liked about him. At the end of the day, these people, they can sit here and say, oh, we didn't know he was like that. We did. This really reveals something about his heart. No, you knew exactly what he was. You liked the legalism. Like everything but the bully thing that I just said there. He admitted about himself several times in his teaching. He said, yeah, we're legalistic. Better that than license. Like, yeah, we're authoritarian. We believe in God's authority, which always translated to do what James McDonald says. Always seems to translate to something similar with those guys. But yeah, they knew exactly what he was. They liked it. And that's why it's just going to be another James McDonald in this place. And not all over, Christendom. I mean, as I said, there's the small little local unaffiliated church, they're usually pretty good. But these networks and mega churches, these are all people, they know they want that hierarchy. They want people telling them what to do, and they get to tell people what to do. They desperately want that shit. For better or worse. And it's not something I've really ever been attracted to, so I don't know. Maybe it's true that most everything we do is more about temperament than anything else. So he says, reminds me of that bit with the morning announcements in American Dad where each kid goes mad with power. Yeah. That's... Everybody who followed James McDonald, they knew exactly what he was. Oh, they won't admit it. No. But these stories were coming out for years and years and years. They knew exactly what he was, and they liked it. And there's something about us on the right. I say us. Am I even on the fucking right anymore? I don't fucking know. I think in a sane society, I'd be what you'd call a leftist. But, I want my taxes decently low. I don't want little boys to cut their dicks off. And I believe in God, so that makes me right-wing these days. It's all relative in that regard, I suppose. But people on the right, generally, they want that hierarchy, that authority, that order. You see this with the trad cats, the trad Catholics all the time. They won't admit... They'll never admit they're disregarding, the current teachings of the Catholic Church. We can't have every man his own pope, but this pope isn't really the pope because reasons. But no, generally, they like that power structure. It's scary, the idea that they just have to read the Bible themselves, I guess. You see this on the right all the time. Why is it people on the right can't get it through their fucking head that the cops aren't their friends? Why is there this irrational fucking gay-ass military worship from people on the right? It's just a thing of temperament, I guess. But the problem with that, I got in an argument. I'm in a Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group. Um, it originally started with a lot of manosphere guys in it, that kind of thing. There's a lot of trad guys in it, some older guys in it. But it's like a men's group, basically, kind of thing. It's just guys in there. You can talk shit, Lord talk. You can post some cheesecake pictures of redheads, which I do often. Um, that's my role in the group, basically. But no, it's one of those types of things. But of course, you get some monarchist spurgs in there. And I think it was like around, it was back in 4th of July. This guy posted this thing about how, he wished America could have stayed loyal to the crown and gay shit like that. And I was just like, called him a fag for it, something along those lines. And I can't remember what he said, but it was like, fuck the royal family. What's the one prince, he just did an interview recently, trying to defend himself, but the one prince that used to take rides down to Epstein's fucking child rape island. Oh yeah, salute the fucking crown. You know why he did that? You think he couldn't fuck teenagers in his castle or wherever the fuck he lives? I don't know. You think he couldn't have some teenagers brought to him to fuck there? Why go to Epstein's Island where everyone knows you're fucking teenagers? Because he wants you to know. He wants you to know because there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. And are you monarchists? This is the type of person you look up to? If only we had our kings back. Yes, if only I had Mr. Child Rapey in charge. I guess things would be great. I don't know. End of the day, I don't have a tremendous amount of respect for authority anymore. Because everyone in any kind of position of power across the board is fucking garbage. The royal family of England is fucking garbage. Sorry to tell you, monarchists. Every last one of them deserves the fucking guillotine. In Minecraft, of course. The one was fucking teenagers. The queen murdered her daughter-in-law. Our politicians are fucking garbage. 99% of them. I fucking hate them. 99% of them deserve to be lined up against that wall. Once again, in Minecraft, of course. Our media elite. Both journalists, quote unquote, and entertainers. Fucking garbage. Our military. Our military. I knew a sergeant once. Guy I knew from a friend of a friend of a friend kind of thing. But I interacted with him a good deal. And he always he just had such open contempt for the officer, And he was going on about this fucking general he'd have to deal with. He was in the reserves, but this 1-star. And he just, he said something like, you had to get a doctorate in bullshit to have your first star. And all these idiot fucking conservatives. And I fell into the trap a little bit thinking Dan Crenshaw looked a little cool when he was first running. They always want to elect the fucking military guy. He's got military service. But the only type of military guy you'd want running is the kind that's never going to make it, never going to make it that far. Because it's the gunnery sergeant that likes to say fuck too much. No, the officers are trash. Alright? They're fucking garbage. They're Dan Crenshaws and John McCain's. 40 in the chat says, wait, Queen Elizabeth murdered Diana? You ever heard that? That's like the worst kept secret in the world. You know, the what is the mudblood that the one that married into the family here recently? You know, there was that meme of like, any tips for a long life? Yeah, wear your seatbelt and don't piss me off. The Queen was saying, like, yeah, that's been a joke for a long time. That's one of those things where it was. That's like Epstein raping kids. Like we all fucking knew. Everybody knows. That's the thing. Everybody fucking knows that Queen Elizabeth likely murdered her daughter-in-law. Had her daughter-in-law killed. There's more than enough evidence that that would have been investigated if that wasn't Queen fucking Elizabeth. That would have gone to trial if that was just Joe Schmo. I don't know for sure that she did it. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what I know as much as you can know anything in this world. She wouldn't hesitate to do it because she's garbage. She is an evil woman. And all these monarchists want to kiss her ass because I don't understand. Like, look, I've read Democracy: The God That Failed. Yeah, there's some very interesting arguments for monarchy that I just don't have a good answer to, other than the fact that they did fail. Other than the fact, you know, other than the fact that the handful that are left are trash. Forney says, love how Queen Elizabeth can murder Diana, but she can't keep her realm from collapsing under the weight of mass immigration and Marxist prime ministers. Well, it's easy to do something when you want to, Forney. That's the thing. She doesn't. For whatever reason, none of our elites seem to think any of what's going on is all that bad. I are they stupid? Are they evil? Are they some combination of both? I can't tell you. I'm not Professor X. I can't see in their minds. But no, for whatever reason, our elites are largely happy about where things are going across the board. Just basically in the first world, they're okay with it. I don't understand why, but they are. I don't know. Maybe Queen Elizabeth thinks these hordes of third worlders will be easy to rule over. I don't know. I don't know why Meghan Markle did what she did to Germany. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking. I don't know what the fuck any of them are thinking. I can't put my head into I can't get into a mindset that fucking evil, that ill. I don't know why Dan Crenshaw wants to suck Israel's dick so ungodly hard. Fellas, find you a girl that sucks your dick as hard as Dan Crenshaw sucks Israel's. I'll tell you, that's my advice to you right now. But I don't know why. I don't know why he does that. Is he paid? That seems to be the only rational explanation. He doesn't seem to be one of those hardcore evangelicals who's convinced he God told him to do it. He's obviously not chosen. Unless one day he's going to like rip his head off like a rubber mask and it's going to be Ben Shapiro, under there. But Dan Crenshaw's taller than 4 feet, so I doubt that's the case. I don't know why he does it. I don't know why any of these people do it. But across the board, our elites are fucking garbage. The business elites. 100 years ago, 150 years ago, we had guys like Carnegie. We had guys like Henry Ford. And yeah, they were probably assholes too. Everybody is. But, they left a positive impact. Whatever else they did, they built a nation. Well, now what do you got? You got the tech guys like Zuckerberg, you know, and you would think most of them would be like, say, Elon Musk. Say what you will about Elon Musk, but he seems like a guy who wants to try and build the future. But I don't know. Elon Musk wants to try and build a Star Trek future. Mark Zuckerberg wants to build like a Matrix fucking future or something. And I don't know why. Why would you want to do that? I don't get it. I can't put myself in the headspace of any of these people. But at the same time, I don't understand why everyone wants to defend them. I don't understand why people want to defend the royal family. I don't understand, especially fucking Americans. I don't understand why people want to defend half these guys. Half these politicians. I don't understand why everyone wanted to defend McCain for so fucking long. Somebody in the chat says, "Have you seen Vindman guy? He is a ranger, I guess Army Ranger. It looks like he would fail any PT test. Uh, oh, like him. Oh, like him makes me hate our rulers. Vindman looks like the guy crying tears of joy over the new Star Wars movie. Oh, God, that guy. He almost cried talking about mean people on Twitter. I've never heard of that guy. No, I couldn't tell you. Um, oh, that fucking Star Wars guy. Don't don't ask questions. Just consume product and be excited for next product. I I don't believe I've ever cried for a fucking movie trailer. I think the closest I came to that was I want to say it was after the first Captain America movie. I don't think they did they showed the trailer for Avengers after the first Captain America movie, like after the credits, and I want to say it was something like that. The first time I really saw like footage of Avengers, like, and I was like, oh, I can't believe that's happening. I didn't cry, but I was just so impressed that this movie truly was going to exist. Because it seemed like the kind of thing that a few years prior I didn't believe was ever going to happen. So he says he was in the stand today in the impeachment thing. Oh, that's still fucking going on. I keep forgetting about that. So he said the crying Star Wars guy is a phony. He does reaction videos of him crying to stuff for a living. Wow, what a fucking way to make money. Good God. What a fuck. For the loss of dignity there, I would have to be making six figures to do that. He's an intel officer who got upset at Trump's foreign policy. Yeah, I haven't followed any of the impeachment shit. What a fucking circus that is, though. Like the little bits I have seen. What, the star witness who'd never been in the same fucking state as Trump or some shit like that? Yeah, it's going really well, Democrats. That's your pathway to victory. I mean, I laugh because long term there'll likely be a Democrat majority in this country, the way things are going. But the Democrats seem bound and determined to fuck that up. too while we're here. Bring it up. Let's see. By the way, I was bringing up Facebook here. I just saw a picture of that Vindman guy. Yeah, he does look like the crying Star Wars dude. He absolutely looks like it. And that's supposed to be a ranger? Let's see. A couple of articles here we're going to take a look at. Come on. Chick-fil-A, it looked like bent the knee on the, we're not going to donate to anti-gay things now. But then it looks like they kind of backpedaled on it, so I don't know. Let's see if we can't get a Windows capture going. Here we go. Here's a fine article we're going to take a look at. This is from queert.com. And this article is entitled, What You Stand to Lose by Not Having Sex with People with HIV. I'm going to read that title again. What you stand to lose by not having sex with people with HIV. One more time. What you stand to lose by not having sex with people with HIV. I see over here we have some share buttons in case you wanted to share this on Facebook with your friends and family. Let them know you're looking for that pause load. Imagine a couple. Let's call them Todd and Carl. They love one another like crazy and continue to be amazed at how much they have in common. They work out together at the gym, enjoy watching the same nerdy sci-fi and fantasy series on Netflix, and share a love for Japanese and Korean food. They seem to effortlessly merge their groups of friends when they got together and share the same values when it comes to working hard and building their career. And neither has popped the question yet. They're likely headed towards marriage somewhere down the line. They love, trust, and support each other. Oh, and the sex is mind-blowing. Positively mind-blowing. It helps that Todd's around 20% top and 80% bottom. Jesus. And Carl's the opposite. They just click. They make that ridiculously cute couple that others envy. Sounds good, right? Except it never happened. Despite both catching each other's attention on the app, Todd and Carl never went for that first date. They never made it to the bedroom stage, let alone realize that they both shared a dream of adopting a kid and trekking across South America one day. See, Todd stated on his profile that he's HIV positive. And when he messaged Carl, he wasn't rude, but simply responded, "Sorry, not quite what I'm looking for." That pause load is not quite what I'm looking for. And with that, a relationship that would have changed both their lives disappeared into the ether. Mr. Wright was pushed back out the door. A few weeks ago, I wrote a story on Queerty about an HIV positive man who finds himself often and sometimes rudely rejected on apps. Well, you don't want to be rude about things, you know. Some of those who commented on the article appeared to feel attacked by the piece. Quote, "It's insane to shame people for attempting to protect their own health," one said. Yeah, no shit. Quote, "Everybody has the absolute right to make whatever decisions they want about their own sex life, period, full stop, no qualifiers," another said. Others agreed that everyone has the right to take responsibility for their sexual health, and for some, that includes not having sex with people who they know to be HIV. I want to read that sentence again. Others agreed that everybody has the right to take responsibility for their sexual health. And for some, just some, that includes not having sex with people who they know to be HIV positive. I would think that taking responsibility for your sexual health, your health period, would, for everyone, include not having sex with someone who is infected with a sexually transmitted deadly disease. Now that's just what I would think. You know, old square Bechtloff over here. But that's just what I would think. I don't disagree that everyone should take responsibility for their sexual health. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, sir. My purpose in writing this is merely to ask you to give a thought to the potential consequences of your particular decision. The consequences will never be the same. I think one of the consequences of me choosing to not have sex with people who are infected with HIV is a considerably lower chance of me becoming infected with HIV. That seems to be a pretty clear consequence. Related, if you meet Mr. Right, he turns out to be HIV positive. He's still Mr. Right. Well, there's another fine article we might read. If someone is HIV positive, knows their status, is on effective medication, and has consistently had an undetectable viral load. They cannot pass on the virus. Cannot pass on the virus. PrEP is also widely available in the U.S. and several other countries to prevent people from acquiring HIV, and condoms are also, of course, widely available. I want to take issue with this, and I'm not a doctor. But if someone, even in this situation, has a very low viral load, and I'm borderline nauseous just saying that fucking phrase, is on medication to prevent transmission, know their status, that doesn't affect, the virus neither knows nor cares what you know. So that's not a fucking factor. But okay, they're on the medication to make it harder to transmit. And their viral load is really small. They still can pass on the virus. I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to say that right now. It's still a fucking possibility. I don't know exactly how much all those steps reduce the odds of giving the person you are fucking this virus that you are infected with. But you know what? You know what the odds are when I don't fuck the person with HIV? The odds are fucking zero. They go down to a solid fucking zero. And that's exactly where I like my odds of having HIV to be at. I know a couple of long-term serodiscordant couples. I don't even know what that word fucking means. Well, we're going to explain it to me. Okay, that's fine. We're going to learn something today, folks. A serodiscordant relationship is one in which one partner is HIV positive and the other is HIV negative. Single myself, I look upon these relationships with awe. Not because of the HIV side of things, but because I'm always impressed and inspired by any long-term couples. I hate the person that wrote this article. I can't imagine one without the other, or what would have happened if a fear of acquiring HIV or a decision to reject someone for being HIV had prevailed. When friends go through breakups, we console them by telling them there are plenty more fish in the sea. There is a presumption, perhaps even arrogance, that we can just move on to the next guy and that he might be the one. Well, you don't meet any of the ones during life. Actually, a survey by AARP, you don't meet many of the ones during life. A survey by AARP last year found that 57% of gay men over the age of 45 are single compared to 39% of lesbians. We have a super chat, sounds like. I did not have the alert box over the window, I apologize, but we did get the notice there. Liam Gray, Anime Hitman, says $5 Not sure what that is in real money, but thank you very much for the upside down money. But Chris, we'd have to sell bug chasers. Wait, we'd have to sell bug chasers for intentionally using their festering genitals to murder other people, if it's criminal/stigmatized. Oh, jeez. As for the 57% of gay men over the age of 45 are single compared to 39% of lesbians, I would say that's probably because gay men tend to be a lot more hedonistic, and I bet you, they're probably just still kind of fucking around, whereas lesbians fall into that rut of lesbian bed death. At least that's the stereotypes. So that would be how I would imagine why those numbers work out the way they do. There are many reasons for this, and yes, plenty of us are content being self-partnered. Oh, shut up. Self-partnered, as actress Emma Watson recently put it. But many others are less happy at not being in a relationship. So yes, take responsibility for your health and do what you feel is best for you. But do so with an awareness of the potential consequences of those decisions. Refusing to entertain the idea of dating an HIV-positive person might just mean you miss out on the love of your life. If you love yourself single and if you find yourself single, and this article is frying my brain. If you find yourself single and contemplating why, bear in mind it might be because you blocked Mr. Right when you read he was HIV positive on Grindr. If only I could stitch that onto a throw pillow. Of course, some will say, my perfect man doesn't have HIV. I think that's a pretty low bar. Well, I hope you're not too old before you realize nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. I mean, come on. Come on, guys. Nobody's perfect. Wow. That was special. That was special. I think we all learned something today, didn't we? I think we all learned something. We have another article we can take a look at here. Now, one of the things that trad Catholics would often tell me is that regarding the sex abuse scandals, we have internal investigations. Okay. The Catholic Church is going to investigate the Catholic Church and determine whether or not the Catholic Church did anything wrong. It's all under control. So, regarding that, let's take a look at this article. Now, this is off of ABC News, and that's hardly the most trusted name in news. However, this article was reported in numerous sources. This just happens to be the one I grabbed. And I'm not looking for another one because I'm lazy. But let's take a look at this article. Bishop who investigated sex abuse accused of sex abuse. It's like poetry. It rhymes. A Catholic bishop who is named by the Pope to investigate the church's response to clergy sexual abuse in Buffalo, New York, has himself been accused of sexual abuse of a child. A Roman Catholic bishop named by Pope Francis to investigate the church's response to clergy sexual abuse in Buffalo, New York, has himself been accused of sexual abuse of a child. An attorney for the alleged victim notified the church this week. The attorney informed Catholic officials in New Jersey that he is preparing a lawsuit on behalf of a client who says he was molested by Brooklyn Bishop Nicholas DiMarzio in the mid-1970s when DiMarzio was a parish priest in Jersey City. DiMarzio said there is no truth to the allegations. To the accusation. I'm just learning about this allegation, he said in a statement Tuesday to the Associated Press. In my nearly 50-year ministry as a priest, I have never engaged in unlawful or inappropriate behavior, and I emphatically deny this allegation. I am confident I will be fully vindicated. Well, I am confident that not jack shit is going to happen to you, if I'm being honest with you. In a letter sent Monday to the church's Newark, New Jersey Archdiocese, Boston attorney Mitchell Garabedian said 56-year-old Mark Matzek alleges he was repeatedly abused by DiMarzio and a second priest, the late Reverend Albert Mark, when he was an altar boy at St. Nicholas Church and a student at St. Nicholas School. Last month, Pope Francis tapped DiMarzio to investigate the church's Buffalo diocese, where Bishop Richard Malone had come under fire for his handling of the burgeoning clergy abuse scandals that has roiled the diocese and prompted calls for his resignation. The investigation of the Diocese of Buffalo by Bishop DiMarzio is tainted because of these allegations. No shit. No. It just never ends. It just never fucking ends with these people. Alright, Forney real quick, asks in the chat. Gonna play devil's advocate and ask why, when we acknowledge that the fake news media lies about anything and everything, we uncritically and unquestionably believe what they say about Catholicism. Because it's true, Matt. Like you are you gonna sit here and tell me that the Catholic priest didn't do nothing? You know, ABC News could tell me the sky is blue. And ABC News is generally full of shit. But the sky is fucking blue. Now, I don't know for sure if this particular guy did it. Who knows? But you know what? If I was a betting man, I'd say he did it. If I was going to put down some money, I'd say he did it. Our entire elites across the board are basically fucking pedophiles at this point. But you really think the Catholic Church is any different? And I tell you what, there's a lot of fucking abuse in Protestant denominations. Now the difference being, as I have harped on numerous times, is that when these fucking abuse scandals happen, within Protestant, when a Protestant pastor is so much as caught with the fucking secretary, he's gone. He's fucking gone. They don't circle the wagons. Around him. Forney says, I'm inclined to believe he didn't do it because he appears to have an Italian name. If he had an Irish name, I'd say he was guilty as hell. I mean, I don't necessarily have a comment on that. I mean, I have a German last name. We look down on both you Italians and Irish, so. And very nice of YouTube to inform me just now that I'm live. Thank you very much, YouTube. Thanks, YouTube. Very cool. Somebody says the real question is why they're letting homosexuals in the church. Well, according to an article we cited on here before, somebody says they don't circle the wagon. Bechtloff look into the extensive molestation scandals involving the Church of England. Oh, well, I'm going to have a caveat there. I'm talking about America. Here in America, the only country that matters. I am unaware of how things are going in the Church of England. I have no doubt the Church of England is as vile and corrupt as they come. Because the Church of England is basically just the Catholic Church, except some king wanted to divorce his wife. So I have no doubt that they're as vile, as corrupt as they come. So yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you the Church of England. However, here in America, once again, the only country that matters. Generally, I don't see, for all the sins of the, they'll circle wagons around some corrupt leaderships, as we discussed with James McDonald in these mega churches and all. But the moment there's any sexual misconduct, never mind children, just getting caught with the secretary or something like that, they are fucking out of there. I guess you can thank our Puritan fucking heritage for that or something. But that's one thing that ain't fucking tolerated. Somebody says, I'd love if there was a massive investigation in the Church of England. I would also love that. I would love just across the board so many things to just rip the fucking floorboards up. And just let the sunlight disinfect. Somebody says neither Irish nor Italians are white. Well, Irish are often redheads, so technically they're the most white. All right, because we all know gingers are the master race, so I gotta give them that. Yeah, I'm so sick of just the leadership across the board. I'm so sick of people defending them and all. They just fuck them all, man. Fuck them all. All right, the French had this really cool idea. It was called the guillotine. And I want to bring it back. I want that to come back in style. Except, I'm a bit more of an asshole. So I'd actually put people in it facing up. Because I want them to see it coming. But yeah, fuck them all, man. I am so fucking sick of our establishment. Just in the West, in the fucking first world at this point. Gotta watch what I say. I might get kicked off YouTube. Let's be real. YouTube's gonna fucking... The rate things are going right now, YouTube's gonna cease to exist by the end of the fucking year. Oh, we're gonna copa every fucking channel out of existence. YouTube by fucking 2020 is gonna be nothing. It's gonna be nothing but the Spider-Man and Elsa videos left. That's the only thing that's gonna somehow escape the fucking noose. That's the other. Let's talk about COPA for a second here. Anything that is quote unquote aimed at kids is gonna get fucking slammed with this shit. And you got some fucking FTC boomer motherfucker who doesn't understand shit about shit. Doesn't know how the internet works. Doesn't understand internet culture. Doesn't understand the culture of millennials or Zoomers. Or even Gen Xers for that matter. And he's just going to, Arlo did a video on it talking about, I think I might be fucked. I got news for you, Arlo, on the unfortunate chance you should hear this. On the unlikely chance you should hear this, I should say. You're fucked. You are fucked, Arlo. Like, most of this website is fucked. You, though, Arlo, are a special kind of fucked. You are the little blonde girl on the couch kind of fucked, okay? You are sitting on that couch with four big brown Muppets behind you, all right? You are fucked. You are royally fucked. You review fucking Mario games and you're a puppet. You are you are fucked. If this is at all what it looks like it's going to be, they are going to... And you know what else? They could slam him with actual fines. Never mind losing his YouTube channel. He could end up actually just... I don't know. I guess if you can't pay, maybe you got to go to jail. I don't know how it works. Now, I went into my channel and selected that my content is very much not for kids. And it is not for kids. I don't... Frankly, I'm slightly disturbed when I hear some of my fucking audiences in high school. All right? If I heard somebody from elementary school is watching this show, I would block their ass. Like, no, do not watch this show. Yeah, man, that Copa shit hits. You are gonna, if it is at all what it looks like, you are gonna see a shitstorm that might actually kill this site. I don't know. Maybe we'll all be on fucking, what was it now? BitChute? But that's YouTube right now. Oh, you curse too much. That's not advertiser friendly. We're going to demonetize you. Oh, you don't curse at all. You must be for kids. We're going to demonetize you. It's fucked, man. This situation on YouTube is fucked. And I don't know. What, am I going to go to Twitch? I mean, I'm not a chick with my titties out playing Fortnite, so how well am I going to do on Twitch? I don't know. Bit of a black-pilled stream tonight, guys. I know. Bit of a black pill, but it's just, I don't know what to tell you, man. We're fucked. Everybody in charge of everything is stupid and or evil. I don't know what else to tell you. On a completely unrelated note, because that's how my ADHD mind works, this past weekend, I saw the Ford versus Ferrari movie because I had to take my boomer dad to go see it. I didn't have any interest in it. I had to go take my boomer dad to go see it because the boomer, and he's a car guy, he was going to go fucking see the Ford versus Ferrari movie. Actually, it's pretty damn good. I gotta say, I enjoyed it. You know, I could give two shits about car racing, but there was interesting human drama there from what I gather from my father, who lives and breathes that shit. It was pretty damn accurate. So, you know, if you see it on like Netflix or something, or Redbox, whatever, or Pirate Bay, I don't know, whatever the fuck you do, it's worth a watch. It's worth a watch. There's actually a really good line in it. Ford wanted to buy Ferrari. Ford Motor Company in the 60s wanted to buy Ferrari. And Ferrari was going broke because they were chasing perfection and it was costing them. But they had a Ferrari, and supposedly this is actually what he said. He called Henry Ford II. He said he called him fat. He called him like a pig or something like that. But he said something that really just pissed him off. He said, "You tell the Henry, you tell your boss." He said that to the representative, that he is Henry Ford II. He is not Henry Ford. He is Henry Ford II. Decent movie. I actually I enjoyed it, and I'm not somebody who was like, oh, I'm a big car guy. I don't give a shit about cars, but I enjoyed it. Long ass fucking movie though. It was like 2.5 hours. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I just wanted to ramble on for a bit for y'all. Um, oh, sponsor this week is the good folks at Asshole Consulting. Get you the big brother slash father advice you never got. Somebody gonna actually be honest with you, not blow smoke up your ass. So check out Asshole Consulting. Link down below in the description. And, tell them Bechtloff sent you. So, that's all we got for tonight, folks. I want to thank you all for listening. Oh, probably going to do a Saturday show again this week. Looks like the mandatory overtime at the Box Factory is easing up. So, I'll know definitely by Thursday at the latest. So stay tuned. That's all we got for tonight, folks.